So, over the weekend, we had yet another No Kings protest, and of course it turned out to be kind of a flop. And there's already a bunch of misinformation going around about said protests. Before I get into this, please, if you enjoy what you hear in this video, then like and subscribe to help build this kingdom. So again, over 7 million people were claimed to have taken to the streets to protest the Trump administration. Now, there is no official count, of course, however, it does appear that the number was definitely not 7 million. Now, to be fair, I have no idea if it was also as low as other people are claiming, which is as low as I've seen 600,000, but there's no way to know. Regardless, there are other claims going around that people are trying to misconstrue. To be specific, Whoopi Goldberg on The View tried to claim that people were saying that all of the protesters across the country were paid.
A lot of Republicans claim that these are paid protesters and not real Americans exercising their rights to free speech and peaceful assembly. 7 million people. Nobody paid anybody. I mean, the only people getting paid are the people who are in government right now, because the government's shut down.
Well,
they're
Congress,
the only ones who are getting money.
Paid.
Yeah, nobody's saying that all of the protesters were paid. In fact, almost the entirety of the middle ground argument seems to be that it was the people behind all of the NGOs, the staffers in particular, who were paid. As someone who was a few steps shy of full-on Bernie bro and went through my redemption arc 10 years ago, trust me, this is how the left argues. Any opposing argument is taken to the most illogical extreme to discredit it as much as possible. The left does not operate by middle ground discussion. It is all or nothing, which is a bit of an irony that the most non-binary among us try to argue from the most binary of positions. It's all in service of trying to achieve the actual goal, which is to complete the narrative. This is why Whoopi is taking the position that it's ridiculous to claim that all protesters were paid. That's not to say that this is impossible, it's very possible considering how much money is in Democratic coffers. However, that's not the position being taken. In fact, most people understand that it's not the protesters themselves, but the staffers and NGOs that are getting all of the money. In fact, Rep. Anna Luna posted a list of grantees and how much they've given to No Kings, which actually exceeds $250 million. And the funny thing is, this list isn't even new. No Kings protests, for anybody who may not have actually caught this, occurred earlier in June and July of this year, some of which actually broke out into full-on riots. This is why I brought up in my discussion about BLM suing the Tides Foundation that it made no sense that the Black Lives Matter movement had anywhere near as much and as quick a organization as it did with all of its protests and riots. And No Kings is no different. In fact, if you just go to their website, nokings.org, and then on the right side of the tabs you click About, and then in the drop-down window you click Partners, you will then be taken to a page which lists 281 NGOs that all support No Kings. Groups like Human Rights Campaign, Indivisible, which is backed by George Soros, as well as the infamous Planned Parenthood. It's all right there, so to claim that No Kings isn't in any way, shape, or form paid or organized is nothing but a flat-out lie. In fact, you can go to datarepublican.com/No Kings to find a page of nonprofits linked to the June 14th, 2025 No Kings rallies. You can also follow Data Republican on X if you want. This is why I said the information is not new. This is information from earlier this year, and it's non-exhaustive because more of these donations and NGOs are going to be filed in time. So by the end of this year, you can either track the EIN number or the 990 form for all of these nonprofits and find exactly who donated what and where. Hell, you can just look here on this page, you can see the EIN numbers as well as a flowchart, and when you click this page, it'll take you into said flowchart and how everything has moved at various levels. Regardless, this is why NGOs are such a massive problem. It's corruption, plain and simple, and the left claims to be against it, but they absolutely abuse it like they do children. And what does this money go to support? People like this.
You gotta grab a gun! We gotta turn around the guns on this fascist system! These ICE agents gotta get shot and wiped out! The state machinery, that's a full display right there, has to get wiped out.
And who can forget this woman mocking Charlie's death?
Hey! Hey!
Or this one, which is really disturbing, this kid being taught to stab a piñata of Trump. None of these claims to violence or anything of the nature which is actually being used to teach children at this point to do so are being denounced. The left wants this to happen because the puppeteers at the top, people like Cory Booker and Schumer and Nadler, Pelosi, all of them, whether in or out of government, they want this to happen. This isn't about saving democracy, it's about protecting the bureaucracy. The Democrats had no problem shutting down the entire country, let alone the world, if we're being totally honest, during COVID to try and stop Trump in his first term. There are countless activist judges and other people in government who are trying to prevent Trump and ICE and everyone else from protecting this country while allowing Tren de Aragua, MS-13, Antifa, Black Lives Matter, and numerous other terrorist organizations to kill, burglarize, set fires, you name it. All of it in service of trying to get people to bend a knee and force them into capitulation. And again, the irony is that democracy actually won last year when the majority of the country voted in favor of Trump. So by definition, again, this isn't about democracy, it's about the left's crusade for power. And yet, there is one thing that I must credit the No Kings protests for. Thank God the No Kings protests happened, because thanks to their efforts, a tyrannical king was stopped from replacing Donald J. Trump, who will continue to be your president until 2028. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, then please like, share, and subscribe to help build this kingdom. Head to my main channel, Albeleo, for movie reviews and discussions. Check out my tertiary channel, Balmorian Galaxy, for BattleTech and MechWarrior. And if you feel so inclined, then please donate to me on Subscribestar so I can continue to produce more content for all of you. I thank you again for watching, and I will see you in the next video.